You're listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, where you get valuable information you just can't find anywhere else. To thrive in today's trying times, you need the Financial Survival Network, now more than ever. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and get your free newsletter and gift. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.
Welcome. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz. It's May 7th, 2021. Well, you know we love entrepreneurs on this show, and we do everything in our power to help promote entrepreneurism, because entrepreneurism, for many of you out there, is one of the keys to having a happy life, being financially independent, and realizing your dreams. At least it has been for me and so many of my friends and colleagues out there. And with us now, I think somebody you're going to find really interesting. Someone, she's following her passion, has been doing so for the past 13 years. And, well, the story of how she got there, I think you're going to find fascinating. Her name is Rachel Brown, jewelry designer. And as always, we encourage you to follow your passions, follow your dreams, because in the long run, that's the only thing that's going to give you lasting satisfaction and lasting happiness in your life. So, Rachel, it's great to have you on the show here. You got into this business kind of through an interesting channel, shall we say, didn't you?
Well, I actually got into this business because I started getting visions of jewelry that had the 72 names of God on it and another meditation called Anabacoa. These are very famous and ancient meditations that people use in Kabbalah, and I was using them and I was seeing miracles in my life. So I started seeing them on jewelry and I thought, I need to do this. I was compelled to do it. I became actually obsessed with doing it. Obsessed. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And the visions became more and more vivid. So I never designed jewelry in my life. I've always been an artist. And I thought I have to do this. So I went to 47th Street in New York and I started just talking to different people. I told them my ideas. I met a plater, I met a polisher, I met a jeweler, I met engravers. And I started my Kabbalah jewelry line.
All right. And so that was 13 years ago. How many pieces have you created, different styles in that time?
Actually, so honestly, countless. I mean, I'd like to give you a number, but I have made so many different things, and I've made so many one-of-a-kind things. I've made things for museums, and I've made specially commissioned pieces for celebrities, so many things. That's actually just flows out of me from the universe. And I will say it's really from a higher power. It's not really me. It just comes to me.
So you're kind of a channel. And so these celebrities, how do they find out about you? And what process do they go through when you're creating something for them?
Well, they have actually approached me through Kabbalah because that's what we all have in common. So the Kabbalah network is actually somewhat small, and they found me in my line. Basically, my question to them has been, what do you need most in your life? What are you missing? What is your lack? Where are the holes? And based on the conversations, I will come up with a piece that actually will help them to achieve what they're missing. So whether it's soulmate energy or protection against evil eye, we'll use the various letter combinations to give them what they're missing, to fill that specific spiritual void.
Hey, and we should talk about what exactly, for those of you who don't know about it or aren't familiar, Kabbalah, can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The word Kabbalah means receiving. So it's all about receiving everything that we could possibly need and want in our life through this spiritual ancient wisdom that Kabbalah teaches us. And basically the main premise is love thy neighbor as thyself, which I'm sure you've all heard that so many times before. And it's sort of, it sounds all wonderful and peaceful, but I think for most people it goes in one ear and out the other. But if you really, really, truly live your life by that, love thy neighbor as thyself, it's not so easy. And if you can really, really do that, I know it's really simplifying things, and I'm sure that's not like what people want to hear. They want to hear something more out there, esoteric, but that's what it comes down to. You end up receiving everything that you need and want in your life by how? Treating others as you would like to be treated, which means human dignity, thinking about other people before yourself, and how you can implement that in every area and every way and thought in your life.
Yeah, well, that sounds good, but obviously you never met my next door neighbor.
Yeah. That's the challenge. And that challenge comes as an opportunity. So you too, Kerry, can connect to your highest self by transforming that relationship into a loving friendship.
I think I'll just move. But in any event, so you have jewelry with a purpose other than self-adornment, kind of the narcissistic properties of human nature, which, a Rolex watch or a diamond ring or whatever, it's some type of glorification of self. But here, this is more glorification of higher self.
Don't just survive, thrive. The Financial Survival Network.
Today's show is brought to you by Mustango River Resources. Their flagship projects are located in Kirkland Lake, an established gold camp that has historically produced over 70 million ounces of gold. The Kirkland West project is a high-grade gold project beside Kirkland Lake Gold's world-class Mikasa gold mine, one of the highest-grade mines in the world. The Umeja project is an advanced stage project with 600,000 plus ounces of gold along the Cadillac Break, 25 kilometers east of Mikasa. Their projects have the potential to transform into another world-class mining camp in the Kirkland Lake District. Make sure you go over to Mustango.com. That's Mistango.com. Take a look and sign up for notifications. Stock is traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange, ticker symbol MIS. For more information and to sign up for notifications, go to Mustango.com.
This is the Financial Survival Network, the information you need to thrive now more than ever.
I would say yes, because the engravings in the jewelry or the letter combination, the letter sequences on the jewelry actually connect to higher powers, meaning something beyond the five senses. So when one scans the Hebrew letters in the direction of right to left, yes, the letters are Hebrew, but the language is Aramaic, which is ancient Hebrew. And when you connect your eyes, the eyes are the windows of the soul. When you connect your eyes to those letters, an angel, the Kabbalists say, or an angelical influence is drawn down from the universe into your life, which may be in the formation of, as I was speaking about before, unconditional love, or the power of having certainty and faith, or healing of the body, mind, and spirit. So it works as a spiritual technology of sorts. So, for instance, if you're going to a supermarket and they scan your item, it's just like a bunch of like black lines. But what comes up? The value, the price of the item comes up in the description of the item. Works actually the same way in the spiritual realms, the letter combination. So that's the power of the jewelry. It's really in the letters. Yes, the jewelry's pretty, aesthetically interesting, but what people don't know, or maybe they do on different levels of consciousness, that they love my jewelry because they're connecting to the Aramaic combinations, which is bringing them spiritual powers into their life.
Interesting. So you mentioned recently you got an email from somebody on the other side of the world who was telling you how the jewelry that you sold her, the item, really had a profound impact upon her.
I did, and it really made my day. And, I got an email from Saudi Arabia. That's where she lives. And she said, I got your soulmate bracelet, and I just have to let you know that I found my soulmate. And I kept looking at it every night, and I was wearing it. And I thank you. I can't thank you enough. And I got that email, and tears came to my eyes. And I just sent her an email back saying, you don't understand how much this means to me, because this is my intention and my mission statement with my jewelry line. Was my mission statement 13 years ago, was to disseminate the energy and the energy of Kabbalah throughout the universe, using the jewelry as a medium for achieving that goal. I wanted people to connect to the wisdom, and I'm doing it through the jewelry, and it just makes me feel fulfilled that I'm connecting to my purpose.
And so what's your favorite piece of jewelry that you've designed that you wear the most yourself?
It's actually the seed piece of my collection, which is a bronze cuff. It's handmade and hand casted, and the bronze represents central column energy, and Kabbalah is based on a 3-column system of energy, which means balance. And it has to do with balance, and the look of the bronze is very ancient looking. It looks like something dug up from an archaeological dig from Israel or Egypt. And on this cuff is engraved the 72 names of God, which is the energy that Moses used to part the Red Sea. And that to me is just something about that piece. That was the first vision I got. And it was my first piece, and it actually continues to be actually my favorite piece. And then when I wear it, I just feel very connected to a flawless universe.
Wow. So what other things, types of jewelry do you create for different desires or goals, if you will?
Well, I have a line of jewelry that's like $150 and under. That's a high-end fashion line that's very beautiful, but it's very affordable. And they're basically layering pieces, and they're small pieces, and a lot of the pieces are unisex. So I think when you can, connect to a jewelry collection that's unisex and stylish and modern and contemporary and spiritual, and fill spiritual goals above and beyond, that's a successful line, and that's the one I'm working on now, and I'm getting a lot of thrill doing it, because it's going to be a lot of people are going to be able to afford it. So,
and you mentioned the creative process that goes into creating these unique designs. Can you just describe that a little further, like how you feel when you start designing a new item?
It's funny, I'm listening to you ask me the question. I'm thinking, you know what, there really isn't a creative process, because I really feel that I'm just a channel for the process that's already been created, up above, because I get the visions and then I kind of just execute. So in a way, I don't really even feel that creative. I mean, it's as weird as that sounds, even though people see, well, you're the creative, you're the artist, you made this. I did, but it's coming from another place, and I get the vision, and then I just need to execute it. And that's, that's the challenge, the executing, but the creativity is just from another source.
So really, are you in a higher state of consciousness, would you say, or an altered state, or no state at all, and it just flows?
I would say, let's say expanded state of consciousness, because it's, it's limited. So because if you understand that we're limited by the 5 senses. So if it's coming from something beyond the 5 senses, which means some kind of, sometimes it's not even a vision. Sometimes I just find myself actually just doing something. I'm just doing it. I can't even explain it. It just happens. So it's from another place.
Other entities communicating through you've ever experienced?
You could say that. Entities are just, energies, energy sources, angels, and angels are just merely energy entities that are, carrying specific energies. So possibly, maybe I get a vision, or I see like a shape or something, and then I don't really even understand how it happened. Sometimes I just look around in my showroom and see things, and I'm like, I don't even understand how it all made all this, My mom even says that. She's like, you did all this? I'm like, I guess I did. It's weird. All right.
Well, hey, people want to find out more about you, order some of your jewelry. Rachel, where's the best place to find you on the web?
RachelBrownJewelry.com.
All right. And there's a link to that in the show notes, and go take a look at it. I think you'll be as intrigued and fascinated as I am. And you'll see a couple of pictures of some of Rachel's work in the show notes. So please go over to RachelBrownJewelry.com and take a look. Rachel, thanks so much, and good luck.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thanks for listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, your solution to today's trying times. For the latest, go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.